Imagine a world where your office isn't just a place to work, but a vibrant, communal living space. A place buzzing with energy, free snacks, and a palpable sense of belonging. This was the vision of Adam Neumann, the charismatic co-founder of WeWork. A vision that promised to revolutionize not just how we work, but how we live. In an age of digital disconnection, Neumann's vision of communal workspaces where creativity and camaraderie thrived resonated deeply. Hundreds of thousands flocked to WeWork offices around the globe, eager to be part of something bigger than themselves. By 2019, WeWork had hundreds of locations in over 30 countries and had even become the biggest private office tenant in Manhattan, a testament to its astonishing growth. WeWork became more than a company. It became a lifestyle brand. It offered community, purpose, and an escape from the mundane isolation of modern life. Neumann wasn't just an entrepreneur. He was a performer, and the business world was his stage. At 6'5" and often padding around the office barefoot, he exuded an unpredictable charisma that fascinated everyone around him. He would lead tequila-fueled celebrations at company events, talk about world peace in board meetings, and weave grand utopian narratives that made his audience feel they were part of an epical transformation. Neumann cultivated an almost messianic persona. Employees and investors alike hung on his every word, as if he were a prophet of the new workplace. And he lived the part as well, traveling by private jet, hosting lavish parties, and projecting an aura of limitless success and optimism. In every way, he seemed the embodiment of the Silicon Valley dreamer who could will a better future into existence. Wall Street bankers and venture capitalists, dazzled by Adam Neumann's charisma and WeWork's explosive growth, poured billions into the company. The most smitten was Masayoshi, son of SoftBank, who famously pledged $4 billion after a single meeting, urging Neumann to dream bigger. With such backing, WeWork's valuation soared to $47 billion, an astounding figure for what was, in reality, a company that subleased office space. Neumann, however, sold it as a tech-fueled mission to change the world. Beneath the sleek branding, though, cracks were forming. Neumann blurred the line between company and self-interest, treating WeWork like a personal piggy bank. He bought buildings and leased them back to the company, steered investments toward his own hobbies, and launched WeGrow, an elementary school run by his wife. Perhaps the boldest move was trademarking the word "we" and charging WeWork nearly $6 million for the rights to use it, an act so brazen he later had to return the money after public outcry. The company itself was increasingly a family affair. Rebecca Neumann was elevated to Chief Brand and Impact Officer, and even had a role in choosing Adam's successor if he died. Friends and relatives landed on payrolls. Meanwhile, Neumann quietly secured his personal fortune, cashing out over $700 million before the IPO, an early red flag that investors chose to ignore. Inside WeWork, Neumann was revered as a visionary guru. Employees and investors alike bought into his lofty rhetoric about community and consciousness, overlooking the company's ballooning losses. That illusion collapsed in 2019 when WeWork filed for its IPO. The prospectus revealed $2 billion in losses in a single year, conflicts of interest, nepotism, and Neumann's outsized control through supervoting shares. The emperor had no clothes. The fallout was brutal. Media that once fawned over WeWork now mocked it as a house of cards. The IPO was shelved, valuations collapsed, and panic spread inside the company. By September 2019, even the board could no longer ignore the chaos. Neumann was forced to resign as CEO, a dramatic fall for the man who once boasted he would become the world's first trillionaire. SoftBank stepped in with a bailout that slashed WeWork's value to about $8 billion, down from $47 billion just months earlier. Yet Neumann still walked away with an extraordinary $1.7 billion golden parachute, while employees faced layoffs and worthless stock options. Adam Neumann set out to reshape work with grand ideals and boundless ambition. For a time, he convinced the world that office rentals could deliver global enlightenment. But his empire was built on hype, self-dealing, and reckless excess. The man who preached community and consciousness became a symbol of corporate greed, and the company that was supposed to change the world became a cautionary tale. Adam Neumann flew high, fueled by vision, bravado, and billions of dollars. But in the end, he flew a little too close to the sun.